Asuna Mazinabika.
Evening and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course we must pray. And prayer we must this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwu Kikabiama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwu Okike abịa onye na-efe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro, iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans. Thank you so much for joining me wherever you are joining from. If you are joining from Biafra land or any part of the world where you are connecting from, I say, may Chukwu Okike guide and protect you, secure you, and grant you grace. Today, I've come once again to speak on the issue of Biafra. Anybody who is joining, please share the video on your platform, share it on your group, any place you belong. We will continue to speak about our problem. We cannot keep silent, no matter the attack that is coming from east, west, north, and south. We will continue to speak out. And the only thing we are talking about is our freedom. Our cry every day is about our freedom. The reason why I come online to broadcast is because of my freedom. We are talking about our freedom, and we must be free. And you always must have it at the back of your mind that no amount is too much to pay for freedom. No amount is too much to pay for freedom. Every one of us have to know that the value of freedom, and know that freedom doesn't come cheap. It comes with a lot of price. It comes with a lot of price. So when you see people paying the price for their freedom, all you have to do is to pay your own price for your freedom. Any price you know you can pay to get your freedom, do it. Nothing is too much to do for freedom. Today is sit at home in Biafra land as usual. Chukwu Okike Abiama have already made it that every Monday that Biafrans will continue to sit at home And Chukwu Okabiam are supporting them, successfully sitting at home every Monday. Today is another Monday of sit at home, and people sat at home in their various homes, making sure that our voice is being heard. The reason why we sit at home is because nobody is there to speak for you and I. Nobody is there to speak for Biafran people. Nobody has their back. Nobody has their voice. The politicians or the governors are not speaking for the Biafran people. They are not letting the world know what is happening in Biafra. And that is why the Biafrans have taken it upon themselves to continue to let their voice be heard by the whole world. That is why we sit at home. Today is another day. We've been asking for the free release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and we will continue to sit at home until Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is being released. That is the only solution. If anybody that says they want to stop a sit at home, you have to go and release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It's a simple thing. Strategy on how to stop the sit at home is not difficult. If you're looking for a way to stop the sit at home or a way to make Biafran people to stop sitting at home, whatever you might complain and say is the effect of sit at home, don't just sit back and complain. If you want to stop the sit at home, it's simple. It's not difficult to stop. It's not difficult. The way to stop the sit at home is very, very simple. Even a blind man knows it. So what are you waiting for? You want to stop the sit at home? Go and free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Immediately Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is out and Biafran people hears his voice, the sit at home ends. Nobody's going to sit at home anymore. So as long as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu remain in captivity, nobody speaks for us, nobody speaks for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, we will continue to sit at home. And Chukwu Okabiam will continue to provide for Biafran people in Biafra land mainly. Those Biafran people, mothers, children, uncles and aunties, men and women that are sitting at home making the sacrifice for the freedom of Biafra and the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Chukwu Okabiam will continue to guide and protect them and continue to provide for them. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter the strategy you bring. It doesn't matter your lie and propaganda you bring against them. You cannot stand. You cannot stand. And we cannot be silent. Biafran people, we are ready to pay any price to get our freedom. And the time is now. That is what we are doing. Not only the Biafran, even the Ududua people are standing up. Ududua people are standing up, working hard to make sure that they get their own freedom. The Middle Belters are doing the same thing. Every indigenous tribe in that country called Nigeria is in captivity. They are all in captivity. Nobody is free anywhere. Nobody is free in Nigeria. They are all in captivity. They are all in captivity. The Fulani Caliphate and their cabals are planning by all means possible to make sure that they take the livelihood of every other person in that country called Nigeria. That is the truth. It is not a propaganda, it's not a blackmail. It is the truth that cannot be hidden. The truth cannot be hidden. So every one of us is worried and we are shouting and talking the way we are talking because of what is going on. And we cannot keep silent, even though the world is not going to help us. Even though we know that the United States, the UK, United Kingdom, or United Nations, or whatever you call them, the EU, they are not going to come to our aid. We know that very well. But we have to still talk so that the world will hear us. So that when we start defending ourselves and start acting, they wouldn't say they didn't know. At least people will bear us with them that we spoke about it, we said it. That is why we are shouting on a daily basis. We are not shouting that what is happening to us will stop, or those who are holding us captives will leave us, or people will come to us. They will not. They will not. We are only shouting so that the world will hear our voice. That is why we are shouting. Because from every indication, you can see, even in the most critical time that we are in, when everybody knows that the government of Nigeria is a terrorist government run by terrorists, that the terrorists are in charge of the Nigerian government, you see the United States selling arms, opening the sale of arms to the caliphate. The United States of all people, Joe Biden is opening the sale of arms to Nigeria when they know fully well that Nigeria does not respect human rights anywhere. The contractor called Nigeria is taking the life of innocent people at every given opportunity. The Tucano jet they supply to Nigeria, they have used it against the agreement several times. They have used it against the agreement. They have used it to kill innocent children in that country called Nigeria. Innocent children's life were smoked out of them in broad daylight with the ammunition, with the jets supplied by the United States. And that is the situation. Nobody is addressing it. The international community, they close their eyes and ears as if they didn't see what the United States close their eyes and shut their ears as if they didn't see what is happening. And yet, they are opening more doors to sell arms to a terrorist government of Nigeria. A terrorist government that everybody knows about. It is not a hidden thing. It's not a secret thing. When you see the way the government is behaving on a daily basis, giving money to the terrorists, paying ransom to the terrorists, instead of fighting against the terrorists, they pay ransom to retrieve weapons and ammunition from them. The terrorists will come and kidnap people from several places. Instead of going after the terrorists, they will not go after them. They allow the terrorists to escape, and later on they will say they want to protect the area. It is happening time and time again. Granting amnesty to terrorists and reintegrating them into the forces. This is what is happening. The evidence are everywhere. It is not a blackmail. When we say it, they say it's a blackmail. It is not a blackmail. This is the obvious truth, open truth that cannot be hidden. Everybody around across the world knows about it. They see it, but they turn the blind eyes to it as if it's not true. But that is the situation. What you have to do as a Biafran, wherever you are, you have to stand up and speak up. Nobody is there to stand for you. Nobody is there to fight for you. Nobody is there to defend you. You have to defend yourself. The Biafrans have to rise up and defend themselves. Mazen Nandekana has played his own role. He has done what he has to do by sensitizing every one of us to let us to know what is happening today. Mazen Nandekana did not only sensitize us, he told us what is about to happen, told us when it's going to come and how it's going to come, and went ahead to establish a security network for us to be able to protect ourselves. Mazen Nandekana established the ESN to help to protect the Biafran land and make sure the Biafran land is not taken away. But today, what do you see? That same Mazen Nandekana was kidnapped in Kenya and rendition to Nigeria. And who orchestrated the kidnap? It was the same people who Mazen Nandekana was trying to protect. They were the people who orchestrated the kidnap of Mazen Nandekana. The same people he was trying to protect. The same people he was fighting for. They planned with the caliphate to kidnap Mazen Nandekana. And today, we are crying on different platforms, shouting on different platforms, demanding for the unconditional release of Mazen Nandekana. Yet, they have refused to release him. Instead, they are torturing Mazen Nandekana on a daily basis. Mazen Nandekana is going through torture. When you call for sit at home to demand for the release of Mazen Nandekana, some people say call it a crime. How does it become a crime? If you do not want to participate on it, if you don't participate to be part of it, why don't you be silent? If you don't want to be participate on it, you don't want to be part of it, it is better you be silent. Just relax yourself and be silent. Participate. If you don't want to participate on the pursuit, if you know that thing you know, that very thing you know, that very way you know, that is the best way for you to get the freedom, follow that way and pursue it. That direction you know is the right direction. Follow that direction and pursue it. Why do you have to be distracting others? It is not compulsory that every one of us must follow one direction. The most important thing is that our destination is the most important thing. How are you going to go to that destination? Any road or any pathway you feel is the short way for you to get to that destination, which is freedom. The destination of every one of us, every Biafran, every Oduduwa person, every Middle Biafran, our destination is freedom. Any way you know that is going to lead to that freedom, follow it and stop demonizing your own brother, your own sister. Stop being a distraction. Stop being a distraction. You're not helping. You're not helping yourself, and you're not helping anybody. Already, we know already that the obvious enemy that we have, we know the enemy we have who is willing and ready to take our life at every given opportunity. We know them. We know the enemy that we are up against. It is not hidden. It's no longer hidden. It doesn't matter how you pretend about it. It doesn't matter how you try to play it down. We know the real enemy. We know them. They're not hiding. They're open. And we know the role that the politicians in Biafra land are playing. Today, you see every one of them talking about their presidency. That is what they're after today. None of them is speaking about Mazen Nandekana. None of them is bold enough to ask for the release of Mazen Nandekana. They don't even care if you vote for them or you don't vote. They don't care. They don't care. They don't seek your consent for anything. What does that show you? You see some of them going to make their declaration in the north. Majority of them go to the north and declare their president. That's where they're going to make their declaration. What does that tell you? It tells you that they don't care about you. It tells you that they know that your vote doesn't count. It tells you, what it shows you that The contractor called Nigeria is being ruled by selection. And what they're after is that selection. Once they are being selected, they believe that you cannot stop them. They believe you can't stop them. Once they are selected, you can't stop them. That is why everybody have to wake up. We have to wake up and speak up. Nobody is going to fight for you. Nobody is going to do anything for you. Nobody. No politician, no Ahrezendibo, no governor, nobody can do anything for you. No international community will come for you. It is you and you alone that will free yourself. It is you and you alone that will stand up and fight for your freedom. It is when you start fighting for your freedom and begin to do something, that is when you're going to see them coming. Just like what Supreme Mazi Nnamdi said. Mazi Nnamdi said it in one of his broadcasts, that when he went to the United Nations for some discussion, somebody in the United Nations told him to go and start doing something. Why are you only talking? Go and start doing something. What are you doing on the ground? What are you doing? That was why Mazi Nnamdi came back and began to do something. He began to do something and act on different levels, up to the extent of establishing a security outfit for us. And it's only that security outfit that is going to set us free. No matter what you think you are doing, no matter what you think you are doing, that is one of the strongest thing we have, strongest weapon we have to get our freedom and to secure our life. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. All the people you see parading themselves as politicians, parading themselves as elites in Biafra land, they are all a bunch of cowards who cannot speak up and say that which is right. Mazi Nnamdi have given them a voice. Mazi Nnamdi have stood for them. Instead of them that use that opportunity to stand for their people and cry out for the situation of their own people, they are not doing it. They are busy demonizing their own people. They are busy trying to stop us. They are busy trying to fight against everything that Mazi Nnamdi stands for. They are busy standing with the caliphate instead of standing with the people. How long shall we continue to allow this to happen? It is not going to get better any soon. It's not going to get better. It's not going to get any better. And if you think that the politicians are standing with you, or you think that these politicians are reasonable, I would like you to watch a video. A video I have shared on my platform already. I have shared on my platform. So many of you must have seen the video. But I'm going to play that video again for you, so that you can be able to listen to that video carefully. Listen to the video and hear what that man was saying. Hear the way he described those who you call politicians, who you call elites. How useless they are. How insensitive they are. Watch the video and listen carefully what that man has to say.
Education is not enough. It is just not enough. You might be qualified, you may not have courage. There are my people, some of my people I'm looking at, you know, they are PDP in the afternoon, and at night they are Buhari people. I won't call their names. So this is why you don't see them crucified. How many of them have spoken about the condition of Nnamdi Kanu? This is where they should begin. And I tell this government, and I have said it severally, let the president release Nnamdi Kanu. 50% of his problem in this country is security, why you would have stopped. And somebody was asking me how. I said, Nnamdi Kanu, if he comes out, you will not hear a single shot in the whole of Southeast. People like us will talk to him. He can help this government speak to people protesting and fighting in the north. He has become a symbol of protest, legitimate protest. He's become a symbol of people's shortcomings. He's become a symbol of what I would call the sufferings of people, especially in the southeast that are regarded as being marginalized in every aspect of Nigerian endeavor, which is true. That is what he's representing now. And people take him serious. Igbos have a saying, if you have many enemies around you, carry drink to some, buy drink for some, so that they will be drinking, and you fight the other battle. When you have finished them, then you come back and face the remaining ones. There are many enemies, there are many battles for Buhari. You cannot win on every front. You must have to be prepared to take risk. Let it be a risk. Since all these things have been happening, has anybody called an iPod or whatever, killing this and this? You don't, occasionally you hear one, you know, this thing. The whole problem is in the 3 zones in the north. That's where hundreds of people are dying. So why won't the president wake up and say, call this young man, what's your problem? Will it be a crime for him to invite Nnamdi Kanu? What is your problem? A boy that was not born at the Civil War. It's where he does now. Every Monday nobody does anything. Even when they have told us to go walking, nobody does anything. is symbolic of something. That such a person is somebody you can use to help yourself in the security fight. And you don't be that in the southeast there is no problem. Then and ask them, how can you help us? Because people protesting in what they used to call bandits, which reluctantly they label the terrorists of recent. I don't know why they are protesting, but I believe they are Nigerians. Majority of them are Nigerians. So don't we have access to reach them? Are their parents living in the air? This idea of bombing and throwing tanks, moving and bombing, is that how we solve our problem? We are gradually becoming Afghanistan and Iraq. When will it end? Because you're a retired Major General, you think we win all wars. You cannot win every war. This is different from running an army. You are now running a multi-ethnic society that brings with it a lot of considerations which hitherto you may not have thought about. So you will be forced to change to such considerations.
Chief, there's so much.
That's the bitter truth. The man you just listened to just spoke the bitter truth. You see, some of these politicians and so-called elders, sometimes Chukwu Okikabia will force them to say things that are real. Chukwu Okikabia will put word in their mouth to say those things they wouldn't want to say. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today has become a symbol of justice in that contraption called Nigeria. Not only in Biafra land. He has become the symbol of justice. That is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is. Every Monday like today, people are sitting at home because of symbol of justice. Against all the attack, against everything people are saying, the governor have come out to promise heaven and earth by force, try to force people out. Yet people are sitting at home. That should tell them something. That Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not just a name. It's not just a name. It's not just a name. He has become the symbol of justice. If you want to stop the sit at home, you want to stop the insecurity, you want to stop this and stop that, you know the solution. You know the only man that can speak to Biafran people and they will come down. The only man that will speak, when people hear his voice, they will come down. Including the people you don't know, even people who are not members of IPOB, including people in the north, in the southwest. Every one of them listen to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. If you think it's only Biafran people that listen to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that means you're not a good follower of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. If you think that it's only Biafran people that listen to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that means you're a joker. You are deceiving yourself. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have followership across that contraption called Nigeria, in all tribes, in all religions. In extension, across the whole world, he has followership. People listen to him because they know he's speaking the truth. He's talking about reality with facts. He has become the symbol of justice. Symbol of justice. But what do you see? In the contemporary called Nigeria, the Fulani Caliphate have refused to see reason. They have refused to see reason to call Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and listen to what he's saying. They have refused to see reasons. Instead, they are busy taking the life of innocent people in Biafra land. There is no war happening in Biafra land. The only war that is going on in Biafra land is the war that is being brought upon Biafran people by the terrorist military. The terrorist military has been sponsored by the US. This time around, it's not only Britain. The United States and the UK now are joining hands to sponsor terrorists against the Biafran people. That is what is happening. That is why every Biafran have to tighten their belt. I told you that things are going to get worse. Things are going to get worse. In a very critical time, in a very critical situation, you will see the United States lifting the ban on sale of arms in Nigeria, opening up the door to sell ammunition to Nigeria, even when they have seen what they are doing with the one they gave to them. The Tokana jet, they have used the Tokana jet to kill innocent children. Kill innocent children in the north. But each time since the Tokana jet have given them, have you seen them attack the terrorists with that Tokana jet? They have never used it. Have you ever seen them attacking the terrorists, the main terrorists who are equipped with arms? You can never see them attack them. Instead, they use helicopter to escort the train. People are still in captivity today. People that were kidnapped by the bandits, the terrorists, they are still in their hands. They are still with them. You saw video that they emerged from all angles. Video imagine where they know where these terrorists are. They know where these bandits are, well equipped and armed, but yet they don't want to take them out. Instead, They go and take out innocent children, innocent citizens. Seeing all these things that are in the open, they are not hidden. Yet the United States is opening door to sell more arms to these people. And you see people coming online, instead of speaking of what matters, those who call themselves one Nigerian, they will not see this evil happen. Instead of speaking about it, they are talking about irrelevant things. You see some of them coming out to demonize the Igbo Biafrans. You see some of them, they spend all their time talking against the Igbo Biafrans. I don't blame them. I only blame those of us who still encourage them in what they're doing. If you are a Biafran, you don't have any right, you don't have to stand with anybody against your brother. If you're a Biafran, if you see somebody talking against Biafra, talking against your own brother, for no reason, you don't have to join him. No matter what your brother or your sister have done, don't join them to speak against your own. It is only you and you alone that have right to call the attention of your brother. It's only you that have right to call the attention of your brother with love. Do not join an enemy to call your brother out or to demonize your own brother. If you're a Biafran, if you're a true Biafran, don't join the enemy to call your brother names or call your brothers out. You don't have to. Don't support the enemy. When the enemy is bringing attack on your own brother, attack that enemy. Forget about you. Even if you're not in good terms with that your brother, save your brother first of all. Save that your brother first. No matter what that your brother have done to you, save your brother first before you can talk about any other thing. That is what you're supposed to be doing. Let us learn that that is what the caliphate do themselves. They save each other. No matter the crime they commit, they save each other. That is what we should learn. We have to begin to learn how to secure ourselves, save ourselves, protect ourselves, no matter the attack. No matter the enemy, we will save ourselves and protect ourselves. No matter the propaganda, don't listen, don't believe it. We have to stand together at all times to protect each other. We have to stand together. You see people coming online today, you see them, they base their argument on demonizing their own. Mainly, they see them focusing on the Igbo Biafrans. Focusing on the Igbo Biafrans. Pursuing the propaganda of the caliphate, the propaganda of Ottoman Danfodio against the Igbo Biafrans to demonize them and to destroy the southern part of Nigeria. Because they know that these are their spoken people. Even when in their own media, some of these caliphate, they know very well that the Igbo Biafrans are most loving people and they are very connected to every other person. Even in the so-called one Nigeria, the people that are holding their so-called one Nigeria, who are sincerely participating in that their one Nigeria, are the Igbo Biafrans. The Igbo Biafrans, they are playing a major role in that their so-called one Nigeria. So many of them have confessed about it. And if you think it's a joke, I am going to play another video for you. Listen to what this same man, the same man that spoke before, he has made another revelation. Listen to that very video I'm going to play now. Everything he has to say, listen carefully. You will learn a lot of lessons. Then you will learn to protect yourself and defend yourself and be happy for whom you are as a Biafran. Let us listen.
This country in the world. And he says you can walk away. So what I'm saying is that things have come to a head that only God, and I'm calling on patriotic Nigerians. You know why I say so? I'll ask you to give me 2 or 3 minutes to say some. About a few months ago, a month before my friend died, Dr. Junaid Mohammed, we all did PRP in 1979 with Malam Aminu Kano, one of the most patriotic Nigerians, one of the most honest human beings God ever met. If there is 7 and you don't see Malam Aminu Kano there, turn back. Forget that he's a Muslim. If you don't see him here, go back. Know that that place is not heaven. We were at Enugu Airport. We were trying to see him off. We came with Balarabe Musa, Abubakar Rimi, this Junaid Mohammed, and a few others. And I was there with SG Koku, Sheshukumerije, Ato Wankwa, and a few others. All these have now died. I think only about 2 at that level remaining. That Ikem Okeke, he is also dead. So I said something to him. That was the day he made me his special advisor for the whole East. And he turned around and said, Dan, I said, sir, he said, Igbos are not capable of a revolution, but they love Nigeria so much. So I said, what do you mean? He said, for somebody to leave his home and go to somebody else's place, invest, marry a local woman, have children, name some of them to local names. It's not hatred, it is love. But let me tell you something. When there is crisis in northern Nigeria, and there's bloodletting and people are being killed, that he prays it does not come up, that you know that Nigerian revolution has started and we may not survive it. That was what Dr. Junaidi Mohammed called me a month before he died. He said, Dan, I said, my brother, he said, you asked Aminu Kano a question and he told us this story. Have we reached that point? I said, I'm praying to God. I don't know whether we have reached that point. But I think that's where we are. This is why I'm calling on patriotic Nigerians. There are many of them. To please ask this president not to bring this country down. It will be disastrous for every one of us. That's exactly what Bishop Kuka was saying, that they have destroyed this country. This used to be a beautiful country, beautiful country. You walk into a bank, you take foreign exchange, you go on whatever you want to do in Europe, and you come back. Today, you know, I have a new problem. I'm trying to travel, and I would ask for foreign.
You have had him. You have had him. But the only mistake he's making is begging the imposter not to bring the country down. Nigeria is down already and dead. Nigeria is down and dead. You had his confession about the love of the Igbo Biafrans. You had a confession from somebody in the north confessing. And they know very well that Nigeria has come to an end. They know very well. They know very well. Everything that happened today, they know. That is why they are fighting in all fronts to steal as much as they can, to get as much as they can for themselves, because they know that the time have come. You heard him saying it, that whenever you start seeing killings in the north, the way you are seeing now, that is the end of it. And that end have come. You see the way they are destroying themselves. Thank Chukwu Abiyama for allowing Mazen Nanaga to establish ESN. Establish ESN that is protecting the southeast. That is why you cannot see that kind of death you are seeing in the north, in the southeast. The only insecurity we are seeing in the southeast is the one that is being caused by the government itself. The terrorist military, they are the one that are destabilizing the southeast, not the terrorists. The terrorists we have are Boko Haram in uniform, sponsored by Nigerian government. They are the ones that are operating in the southeast, in Biafra land, taking the life of innocent people at random, and nobody is saying anything. See the way we are losing lives, destroying properties, destroying homes, making children orphan, and nobody is talking about it. Everybody is going about their business as if it's business as usual. No governor speaks about it. No elite talks about it. No senator talks about it. No politician, even as they are planning for their so-called election, they can't even remove that shame and call for the pulling out of the military in Biafra land. None of them is bold enough to say that. None of them is bold enough to call the military to pull out of Biafra land, even when they know that the presence of the military is the major cause of the insecurity in the southeast. They know it very well, that why you have so much insecurity in Biafra land is because of the presence of the military, the operation of the military, taking the life of the innocent people, destroying lives and hope. Who are they chasing after? You are chasing after a security organization that is being put in place to fight against the terrorists that have already taken over the northern part of Nigeria. They took over the northern part of Nigeria. Instead of you going to fight them, you left them in the northern part of Nigeria. You left the northern part of Nigeria in the hand of terrorists, and you're coming to the southern part of Nigeria to fight innocent people who want to protect themselves. When everybody knows that self-defense is the right of every human being. The United States know this, the UK know this, and yet United States is opening door for the terrorists to get more arms. When we say that United States, when you call United States a sponsor of the terrorists, they will say you are going too far. But it is the truth. The same thing they did in Afghanistan. You saw the ammunition they left in Afghanistan. Afghanistan, they left ammunition in the hand of the terrorists in Afghanistan. That one is not enough to them. Now they want to open another gate in Nigeria. Biden want to open another gate in Nigeria to begin to supply arms to terrorists in Nigeria. That is why everybody has to stand up and fight for himself. We have to fight for ourselves. Nobody will do it. And I thank Chukwu for Biafrans in Biafra land who are doing a great work, making sure that our voice is being heard, making sure that the name of Mazen Danekano is not relegated on the background. Whatever you know you can do to make Biafra come, continue to do it. Any place you know you can fight, fight. If you can pray, pray more, add fasting to your prayer. Whatever you can do to make sure that your voice is being heard, continue to do it. That is the only way we can free ourselves. Nobody can give you freedom. Freedom doesn't come cheap. It doesn't come in a platter of gold. It comes with sacrifice, and you must have to be ready to make your sacrifice. This is not the time to gossip. This is not the time to talk about irrelevant things. This is the time to speak up. Mainly as you see the United States preparing to sell more weapons to the terrorists in Nigeria, begin to speak out and call out. Maybe people of good conscience will hear us out and call the attention of Biden to the evil that he's about to perpetrate in that country called Nigeria. Already, the Tucano jet they supplied have been used against innocent children in the north. It has been used against the innocent. We are dealing with monsters. Since they took that jet, we have never had any day where they use it against the terrorists. Does it mean that the terrorists have stopped operation? They have not stopped. Only because they are sympathizers of the terrorists. They are the sympathizers of the terrorists. That is why they cannot use the Tucano jet against them. Instead, they are waiting for a day when they will use it against the innocent people, against the Biafran people. They are waiting for a day when they will see a chance to use it against the innocent Biafrans who are asking for self-determination, who are defending themselves against the terrorists. And people think it's okay. It is not okay. That is why we will continue to shout, continue to talk, continue to speak up until our voice is being heard. Wherever you're watching me from, I appreciate you for joining this broadcast. Please share the broadcast on your platform, share it on your WhatsApp group, share it to family and friends. I will continue to come anytime I have chance to come and speak to Biafrans on the situation of things. And we will continue to do the needful until Biafra comes. Do not give up. There will always be light at the end of the tunnel. And already, we are getting to the end of the tunnel. The light will shine. Do not lose faith. Don't lose hope. Don't be distracted. No matter what you see, no matter what you hear, stand firm and continue to look to the right direction. We will all be free. May Chukwu Okike Abia guide and protect every single Biafran in Biafra land that is participating in the seat at home. Chukwu Okike Abia will prosper you, protect you. You will never lose your life. You will walk into Biafra and you will raise the Biafran flag celebrating Biafran land by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abia. Every Biafran all over the world, Ududua people, Middle Belters, Chukwu Okike Abia will guide and protect every one of us. We will live and see our freedom. Everybody that is genuinely fighting for freedom, speaking up for freedom, you will see freedom and you will celebrate freedom. Chukwu Okike Abia will be on our side. We will never give up until Biafra comes. No matter what they do, they will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. And remember us. See you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abia.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand in the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold all of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals, they are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. Everywhere. We must continue.